Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today the Houston Rockets will play the Washington Wizards for regular season game 10. 6-3 now for the Rockets after beating Milwaukee, which what I will say is was their first legit win of the season. That was a great win Sunday, great comeback win, and a comeback day for Houston sports teams with the Texans and the Rockets. Having some time off, having an extra day off with this now them playing on Wednesday. I love that. I love the fact that, the Rockets were able to, get some extra time off, and that's really, really good to get. But what I will say is there is no other team in the NBA that has had more rest than the Houston Rockets so far throughout the first 3 weeks of the season. No other team. The Rockets, there's no other team that's played less games than the Houston Rockets. The Rockets are the only team to not play 10 games yet, as they've played 9. Obviously, their 10th is tonight. That's just crazy. I mean, they've had so many stretches where they'll play a game on a Wednesday, and then we don't play till Saturday, or you play a game on a. I mean, you look at it. I mean, they played. Just looking at the schedule, their first couple games played Tuesday opening night against the Thunder. Then they don't play till Friday against the Pistons. Lose to the Pistons. Then they don't play till Monday against the Nets. And then they had a couple situations where they played Wednesday against Raptors. That's normal. But then you don't play till Saturday against the Celtics. So they've had so much time off, and that's great. Keeping their bodies in a good spot right now with all this rest that they've had. Also gives more time to Dorian Finney-Smith to try to get back with all this rest and there are teams that have played 12 games so far. Meanwhile, the Rockets have only played 9, and so that's a really good thing. And they haven't even had a back-to-back yet, and that is something most teams all teams have probably had. I mean, there are a lot of teams that have had already 2, 3. I think the Warriors are on their 4th back-to-back of the season tonight, and the Rockets at 0. So I think the schedule makers were really easy on the Rockets to start this year, and that's really good. But yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one tonight. I don't know. It's not a huge headline, but Cam Whitmore's returning to Houston. He had a really good game the other night. He had a poster. He had 20 points. So, but I know there's also been there's been ups and downs this year for him in Washington. He's played well at times, but he's just shown some of the bad behavior, that reason why the Rockets traded him, and one of the reasons why I don't think him and Ime Udoka got along is just but. I hope for him to have the best in Washington, but he is coming off a really good game. They're coming off a really good game. I mean, they competed with the best team in the Eastern Conference at this point in the Detroit Pistons, sent them to overtime. They should have beat them. I mean, Cade Cunningham took about 50 shots in that one. So C.J. McCollum's coming off a really good game. I don't think the Rockets should take this Wizards team for granted with the game they're coming off. They've got. Look, they are not a team that I take seriously. They're 1-10, but they have the talent. They are a really bad basketball team, but they have the talent to win a basketball game. They've got Alex Sarr, they've got C.J. McCollum, they have Cam Whitmore, they have a bunch of young pieces. Keyshawn George is a really nice young stud as well. Bob Carrington. They've got the young pieces on their roster to be competitive, and that's why they were competitive with the Detroit Pistons the other night. A 1-9 team almost beating the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. So if the Rockets take this in as an easy matchup, the Wizards will get hot early, and the Rockets might lose this game. But if the Rockets take this as a normal night, they'll beat the Wizards by 25. So the Rockets have done really well against the bad teams this year. They have actually had really no struggles with that, and taking care of those teams, played the Nets, beat them by 30, and so, against the Mavericks, beat them by 10. So they've had a really decent job with teams like that so far, and so I'm not too worried. I just think there is talent on this Wizards team, and there are guys that can can go off on a night, just like CJ McCollum did the other night with 42 points. Keyshawn George has had some outbursts as well this season. So you guys give me your thoughts. I think the Rockets get a win. Seems like everybody's healthy. Checking the injury report, Jabari Smith Jr. is fine. I know you only missed one game with that ankle tweak, and he's fine. Steven Adams is fine. So no injuries. The Rockets have had time off to rest. Playing a 1-10 Wizards team, I think the Rockets will be just fine. And I'm going to say that there will be not a lot of minutes given out to the starters in the fourth quarter if the Rockets can get things right in this one. You guys give me your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out. Go Rockets.